Does it feel like the world stopped looking at you the moment you turned 50? Like you are slowly becoming invisible? Society tells us that a woman's value is tied to her youth. That when the smooth skin fades, the woman fades with it. But I am here to tell you that is a lie. You are not fading. You are ripening. You are not less than you were at 20. You are infinitely more. Today we are going to reclaim your identity using the profound wisdom of Carl Jung and Alan Watts. We're going to discover why the second half of your life isn't an ending, it is the main event. By the end of this video, you won't just accept your age, you will wear it like a crown. Hello, my beautiful friends. There is a strange phenomenon that happens to many of us after 50. Maybe the children have left home, or your career has shifted, and suddenly, in the quiet moments, you ask yourself, who am I now? For decades, you were the mother, the wife, the employee, the caretaker. You were defined by what you did for others. Now, looking in the mirror, you might see changes. Lines that weren't there before, a softness in your body that society calls a flaw. But what if I told you that this confusion isn't a crisis? It is a summoning. The famous Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung called this the afternoon of life. He believed that we are actually two different people during our lifetime. In the morning of life, we build the ego, we prove our worth. But in the afternoon, that is when the magic happens. That is when we find our soul. Today, we are going to walk through this transformation together. We'll look at how to stop fighting the current and, as philosopher Alan Watts suggested, learn to join the dance. Let's start with a story about a woman named Elena. Elena was 54. She had spent 30 years rushing to drop kids off, rushing to meetings, rushing to keep the house clean. She was efficient, she was productive. But when her youngest moved out, the silence in the house felt deafening. She told me, "I feel like I've been fired from my own life. I don't know what my purpose is anymore." This is exactly what Carl Jung was talking about. He said, midlife is the time to let go of an overdominant ego and to contemplate the deeper significance of human existence. That sounds complicated, but let's break it down. In our youth, our ego runs the show. The ego loves titles. It loves being the best mom or the manager. It loves validation. But as we age, those titles naturally slip away. If you cling to them, you suffer, you feel empty. Jung suggests that after 50, we are invited to shift from the ego to the self. Think of the ego as a mask you wear for a party. It's useful, it's pretty, but it's not you. The self is the face beneath the mask. It is your spirit, your intuition, your wisdom. Elena decided to stop trying to fill the silence with noise. She started painting, not to sell the art, not to be good at it, but just because she loved the feeling of color on canvas. She wasn't Eleanor the mom or Eleanor the worker. She was just Eleanor. Jung teaches us that aging isn't a loss of identity. It is the shedding of the false identity so the real one can finally breathe. You aren't becoming invisible, you are becoming transparent to your own soul. Now let's talk about femininity, because somewhere along the line we were taught that being a woman means being an object of desire. And when we feel that desire fading from the world, we feel we are losing our womanhood. But the philosopher Alan Watts had a beautiful perspective on this. He spoke about the receptive feminine principle. He said there is a tremendous necessity for us to value the receptive feminine element, symbolized by the open flower. Watts pointed out that in nature, what is soft is actually the strongest. Think of water. Water is soft. It yields. If you punch water, you don't hurt it. It just flows around your fist. Yet give it time and that soft water cuts through solid rock. As we age, we often feel pressure to fight the aging process. We fight the wrinkles, we fight the grey hair, we fight the fatigue, we harden ourselves. Watts invites us to do the opposite, to soften. He said that soft and tender are parts of life and they are not weaknesses. Imagine a woman named Margaret. At 60, she felt ashamed of her body. She felt she took up too much space, that she was too slow. She was constantly at war with herself. One day, she read Watts and realized she was trying to be a rock when she was designed to be water. She stopped fighting. She stopped dyeing her hair and let the silver come in. She started wearing clothes that felt good on her skin, rather than clothes that hid her figure. And something amazing happened. By accepting her softness, she became radiant. People started noticing her again, not because she looked 20, but because she looked like a woman who was at peace. There is a magnetic power in a woman who is not fighting herself. That is true femininity. It is the open flower that doesn't ask for permission to bloom. Finding this kind of peace, the kind that lets you stop fighting and start living, is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. I know how loud the world can be, and how hard it is to tune in to that inner self Jung talks about. That is actually why I wrote my book, A Guide to a Peaceful Life. It's just a simple companion for this journey. It's full of practical thoughts on how to quiet the noise and find that stillness we are talking about today. If you feel called to explore that further, I've popped a link in the description and the pinned comment below. No pressure at all, just a resource if you need a little extra support on your path. So we have the self from Jung and the softness from Watts. But how do we handle the fear of the future? The fear of getting older, of health changing, of time running out? Alan Watts gives us the ultimate antidote to this fear. He said, the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Read that again in your heart. Join the dance. Many of us treat aging like a storm we have to batten down the hatches against. We hide in the basement and wait for it to pass. But it won't pass. This is life. To join the dance means to participate in your evolution. If you can no longer run marathons, you walk. If you can't walk far, you swim. If you retire from your job, you mentor. You don't stop moving, you just change the rhythm. Watts also said that as you get older and wiser, you begin to understand more and more your connection with the total cosmos and feel more at peace with yourself. You realize you aren't just a lonely ego trying to survive. You are part of the great unfolding of the universe. Think of your life like a piece of music. The first movement was fast, loud, and exciting. The second movement, the one you are in now, is slower, deeper, and more resonant. Is the fast music better than the slow music? No, the slow movement is where the emotion lives. It's where the tears come. It's where the beauty is most aching. And don't regret that the fast song is over. Dance to the slow one. It is the most beautiful dance of all. My dear friends, you are still a woman. In fact, you are more woman now than you have ever been. You have survived the storms. You have carried the burdens. And now you have earned the right to put them down and just be. Let go of the mask, embrace the softness, join the dance. If this message resonated with your soul today, please let me know by liking this video. It helps other women find this message too. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. What is one thing you love about the age you are right now? Let's fill the comments with gratitude for our years. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to continue this journey of wisdom with me. You are beautiful, you are valuable, and you are just getting started. I'll see you in the next video.